Yeah, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. So once again, back in the vehicle, once again, right before the gym. I kind of like these videos so I can just like sit down. I'm already a little bit caffeinated, so I can just kind of like talk to you guys and give you guys my 2 cents on everything. So a few drops have happened in NFT land where basically not much has happened, right? Like secondary volume isn't a whole lot. You'll see listings continue to go up as volume doesn't kind of spike and doesn't kind of eliminate some of those listings. Confidence starts to lack within that certain project, and you'll start to see, and it's pretty clear that like if there isn't enough secondary volume, the floor will almost immediately drop below mint price unless it's like a completely free mint with very low gas. So it's not easy for whitelist minters right now. There has been a few whitelists that have done pretty decent in the past month, but overall, I would say not so hot. Where people are making the most money right now, in NFTs specifically, I think are a little bit more high liquidity, a little bit more high conviction plays. Like there's a couple people in my Discord who went a little bit into the potatoes from meme land, that free mint that did really well. They kind of went in, they got in around like 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, and that has now officially, I think like 2x'd or maybe even a little bit more. So if you want to get into those plays, you need to have a certain level of liquidity to even play that game. But if you can, that seems to be where the money's at, besides like very minimal profit whitelist mint flips, or maybe very minimal profit secondary plays where you kind of get a little bit lucky. So NFTs still pretty slow. I'm not doing too much in NFT land. I'm trying to create content, keep you guys updated. But in terms of investing into NFTs, I held on to too many NFTs this time around anyway. So I am chilling right now in terms of investing into NFTs. All of my money is basically going towards cryptocurrency to ride that wave when that eventually comes. So I just briefly wanted to touch on like a little bit of my history when it comes to cryptocurrency and investing in it. And I think it's a good lesson for people who are newer, who are watching me, or for people who have been around for a little bit and didn't play this right. But essentially, I remember these days. It was like 2017 and Bitcoin and Ethereum and a bunch of different altcoins were going absolutely haywire. And it got to the point where like I would go get a massage or like get checked out at like a sports therapist place, and he was telling me about like XRP and Ripple and stuff. And I was like, bro, this is wild. It's everywhere. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's seemingly like so bullish. So there's FOMO in the air everywhere. It was wild to see. And in hindsight, that is a clear indicator of the top. And it's so hard to take profits in those moments because everybody and their mom is telling you the opposite. Everybody and their mom is saying this is going on forever. We're going to $10. We're going to 100K Bitcoin, whatever it is. It really becomes a battle within yourself, right? So trying to eliminate that emotional side of your investing, it's okay to be a little bit emotional. You want to get attached to certain things. You want to have a high conviction play. You want to like genuinely believe in what you're investing in. But if you become too emotional, and I remember this specifically, I remember it was like 2017, it was like late Q4, it was like November and December. I remember traveling with my family for like Christmas and sitting there with Coinbase open with the charts rocketing and buying the top. I was buying the top on Christmas, on Thanksgiving, watching these charts. It was so funny, and I remember my heart racing, and I was so emotional, and I was like, dude, this is like it, this is it, this is it. And then, you know, the next few years was just demolishing of gains, right? It was just everybody was selling. There was FUD everywhere. Crypto's dead. NFTs weren't even really a thing back then. And so it was like really hard to stomach. And the only real reason that I can continue to invest, and I didn't for a while, right? I bought the top for many months, very emotional. It was very stressful. I learned a lot in those moments, but continued to buy the top. Then I just took a break. I think I probably took like a solid year off, maybe like 6 months off. And then I kind of realized that like I wasn't super happy with my job. I was passionate about it. It was fun, but it wasn't making a lot of money. So I wanted to change. I wanted a way out. And for me, that was, okay, I'm going to start to research this stuff. If there was a bull run once, and there's been bull runs in the past where people are making 100x gains, 10x gains, 15x gains, 20x gains, whatever it is, there's probably going to be another one in the future, right? And I didn't know that. There was no guarantee of that, but I was just like, I believe in this. I think it's gonna run it back eventually. I don't know how long it'll take, but I held on to that belief. I started learning and learning and learning, watching YouTube videos, following Cardano specifically. That's where I made the majority of my money in cryptocurrency, and just continuously to dollar cost average into that for years to come. So it was something like from 2018 to like 2021, I was buying like $50 of Bitcoin every 2 weeks or something like that. So every 2 weeks, I was getting paid very little at this place I worked at, and I would just see that $50 leave my bank, and it was like automated through Coinbase. place, and they would take a little bit of fees, and that was just it. And that happened for years. And then 2022 rolls around, the end of it, and there's like major FUD, everything's at like all-time lows, and I just started to get so invested in a certain ecosystem, which ended up being Cardano, and I just started putting like half, if not like 3/4 of my paycheck into this coin every 2 weeks. So it was like, okay, I got paid $1,500 for this 2 weeks. I'm about to put $750 in. And I did that for a few months straight. And then basically 6 months, 12 months later, Cardano like fucking went nuclear, right? So like, I think I was buying the majority of my ADA around 10 cents, and I sold almost all of it around like $2.50. So that's a ton of X's, right? But that took years to manifest. And that also took me completely having the privilege of like staying at home and not having a bunch of rent to pay and all this stuff. It was very interesting, very wild ride, but the point of the story is essentially just like, it takes a long time. And I still think the saying of, it takes 2 cycles in crypto to make it. One, for you to buy the top, feel that pain, start to learn, want to understand what went wrong, want to understand how to do things differently, and then selling and taking profits aggressively your next time around, because you don't want to feel that destruction and emotional pain and frustration that you felt watching your money disappear and disappear and disappear. So dollar cost averaging is something that I hound and pound into you guys. And I know some people get frustrated with hearing it. It's like, bro, come on, you keep saying the same shit every video. But it's like, that's how I made my money in crypto, is I just bought a bunch over a long period of time and then took profits years later. You know, I'm just running that back, and I'm just trying to share that with you guys. So, you know, I'm sorry if you think this content's a little bit repetitive, but I think sharing these stories and just kind of like updating you guys on my journey, I think is intriguing, at least to some degree, if you're following me and you care about me, and or you've kind of experienced the same sort of feeling. No one wants to feel like they spent all this money and wasted all this time, but I genuinely believe that we're gonna have another bull run. Like I just don't see it not happening. Like, you just see news all of the time with like mass adoption, and this place is accepting this coin and this place is accepting this coin, and all this stuff is just compounding and compounding and compounding. And I think eventually we're gonna have regulatory oversight, and that won't be a bad thing. I think it'll be interesting there too. So here's my thing. I'm gonna continue to dollar cost average, and that's basically it, right? I'm not taking anything super serious right now, and then eventually I'll take profits. I don't know how long that's gonna be, 6 months, 12 months, 3 years, 4 years. It doesn't matter, as long as I have some skin in the game to take advantage of the next bull run, of the next 2X, of the next 5X. So take your time, dollar cost average. Don't go too heavy into certain mega risky assets. I think right now the top 2 movers are great. I just saw an article about like Bitcoin and Ethereum and how like they're getting labeled as potential commodities. Overall, people have looked at them as commodities and not securities, and it's looking like that is probably going to be solidified in some sort of law eventually. And that's crazy bullish. And that basically eliminates any like security FUD from those 2 coins, when a lot of other smaller altcoins could very well be labeled securities eventually. So I'm sticking with the top 2, at least for now. There will be a time for altcoins, and I will probably go heavy into altcoins because that's where you make a lot of the money. The 10Xs, the 15Xs, the 20Xs. Really quick, I'm just gonna plug my Discord again. The waitlist is open in the description of this video and the Twitter description. It's a very small group of individuals, anywhere from like 250 to 300 people in the group at any time. You can sign up for the whitelist opportunities, NFT talk, cryptocurrency talk, different opportunities, different avenues, bunch of networking stuff. There's a lot there. I hope you guys decide to join the waitlist, check it out. You know, I'll be there. I interact with chat almost all day, so you can get to know me a little bit, and hopefully I'll see you guys there. So that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the very next video. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, all that good stuff I say it every time. But thank you guys so much for supporting me, and I will see you guys in the very next video. Cheers.